I'm
not a crook.
When he was still Secretary of Defense, Donald Rumsfeld used to write 20 to 60 brief memos each day to his staff. In our third story on the countdown, these memettes were known as snowflakes. This reminder, enough snowflakes and suddenly you're buried alive under an avalanche. Like all of Mr. Rumsfeld's work at the Pentagon, the memos reflect the prescription for fear, for unnecessary war, for divisiveness, and for the arrogant manipulation of the media, so near and dear to Rumsfeld's heart. They stress the importance of elevating the threat, of playing offense with the media, and one portrayed Muslims as lazy. They are not classified, though they were marked for official use only. Many were obtained yesterday by the Washington Post. In May 2004, when the situation in Iraq was hitting one of its low points after the previous month's revelations about prisoner abuse at Abu Ghraib, Mr. Rumsfeld issued a classic whopper. He wondered if terrorism should be redefined as, quote, a worldwide insurgency. He asked aides, quote, to test what the results could be if the war on terrorism were renamed. Another memo in 2004 used snowflake as pep talk. The challenges there were, quote, not unusual, he wrote. And pessimistic news reports were the result of applying the wrong standards. Quote, our publics risk falling prey to the argument that all is lost. It was never about reality, but how to manipulate the press and poison the public, especially when he was cornered. In April 2006, when calls for his resignation began coming from a string of retired generals, Rumsfeld issued this memo. Talk about Somalia, the Philippines, etc. Make the American people realize they are surrounded in the world by violent extremists. As for other gems, his staff should go on offense with press, quote, go out and push people back. The war on terror is not a, quote, terminal event. Keep elevating the threat and link Iraq to Iran. And Mr. Rumsfeld even wrote that, quote, too often Muslims are against physical labor and an unemployed population is easy to recruit to radicalism. So, it seems, is a population subject to the manipulation of the Donald Rumsfelds of this world.